Welcome to Therapy Unlocked. We are here to unlock the mind, one conversation at a time. I am Final Girl M, Final Girl Energy. I'm here to feed you the Final Girl Energy, and this is my incredibly qualified co-host, Katrina Mondragon.
Licensed professional counselor, licensed practice in the states of Oklahoma and Massachusetts. So I am a professional, but not your professional. So nothing we're going to talk about should be taken as medical, legal, or otherwise advice. This podcast is pure education and amusement, and that's it.
Education, amusement, and because I'd like to be famous. So comment, like, share, take what resonates, leave the rest. Don't sue me. Let's start by disagreeing. I want to fight.
Oh, okay.
Let's fight. Okay, I'm going to say a statement, and then I want you to say a statement that disagrees with my statement, but it's still true.
I'd rather not drink water, but this coffee.
You'd rather not drink water, but this coffee?
That was a disagreement, but true. I was just doing what you said.
There is water in coffee. But coffee is not water. There is water in coffee, but coffee is not water. Coffee can dehydrate you because it's a diuretic, but technically any liquid that you put in your body recognizes as hydration. Is it necessary to contemplate the meaning of life?
Have humans always done that?
Have they always decided not to because they don't want to confront themselves in the mirror?
I don't know what I don't know, and sometimes I'm okay with not knowing. Are you?
I think I'm at peace. I think I'm at peace. I think I understand the concept at this time, and I also know.
I can solve a Rubik's Cube in under 5 minutes.
Is it solved if the pieces can continue to be moved?
Are philosophical statements necessary? Yes.
There is a quote that I read not too long ago, and I've been just kind of hyper-focused on it, which is that as the vision of myself becomes clearer, I become less concerned that I will be erased because someone denies me love. And I might not be saying it verbatim correctly, but the author was someone named Jenny Slate, who I'm not even familiar with. But the idea that as the vision of myself becomes clearer, then I am less concerned that I will be erased because someone would deny me love. And it reminds me of that movie. It had Richard Gere and Jennifer Lopez and Save the Last Dance. And the wife in it, Susan Sarandon, says something that I love it so much. I think it's the definition of love, where she tells him, that to love someone is to witness them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Right. And to be witnessed by them, and that we don't marry people necessarily because we're in love with them, but we marry them because we want a witness and we want to witness their life. And you'll be together.
You're kind of saying something that I've said in a previous episode where it's it's a part of the human condition, the need to be seen and heard.
Oh, that makes so much sense. Yeah, that makes so much sense. But yeah, just the idea that Jenny Slate quote, and I'll have to go look for it, and I will go look for that Susan Sarandon one again. I used to know it, but it essentially says that, yeah, you marry someone because you want to be witnessed. You want to be seen.
Cool.
Nothing.
The more I learn, the less I tend to know.
Who said that?
Einstein.
That's crazy. He also came up with the theory of relativity, which reminds me of my current favorite concept. And that is that I cannot be created or destroyed as a theory of quantum relativity.
I know that theory because we are energy, and energy goes in so far as that we do not dissipate. We do not go poof, bye-bye, gone when the meat suit decides to stop working, but we don't necessarily know what happens, and so people like to make up things that happen. I've heard I don't remember if we've talked about this. Today's alien theories are akin to yesterday's polytheistic theories.
What's a polytheistic theory?
Polytheism is multiple gods. So we used to have Zeus and Athena and all those Greek gods and goddesses, and then there's Egyptian mythology, Ra, and all that. And
polytheism. You know what? I have that same. We started arguing, and then we came to communication because that's sisters, and that's what we do. And I'm a pink sister, and she's a purple sister, and I was being antagonistic, and she calmed me down.
I don't know how to not diffuse.
She does not. At the same time, she's real annoying. She makes things hard. Anyway, I don't know why I make weird voices. That said, circle all the way back to what I was thinking here. It's funny because, we started with disagreeing and circled all the way back to agreement on that. And it seems like that's usually the way that goes if you can see both sides.
Accurate. Yes. Perspective makes agreements and discourse easier, I think.
And that's why we go to therapy. Boom! Therapy unlocked!
Maybe that's not the only reason people go to therapy.
What are reasons people go to therapy?
They're not feeling it. They're wanting change. They're feeling stuck. Somebody tells them they should.
Yeah, that's why I went to therapy only to find out that I was in an abusive relationship.
That can happen. So sometimes people realize that they have experiences in relationships that are not serving them. And so then they have to shift and change those to more preferable relationships. And maybe that means changing the parameters of a relationship.
Or complete lacks of relationship, cutting the ties entirely. Sometimes you have to go talk it out with someone else to figure it out. I mean, I don't know about you, but during my entire divorce process, I think I sent you 8 million of like the same messages. You know, where it was just like, oh, you know, this is very frustrating and I feel this way and this is happening and this is happening. And I'll say with complete perspective, vice versa, right? Where we went back and forth repeating, doing the definition of insanity just again and again and again and again. Like, but I don't think that I ever would have broken my own cycle with that had I not gone and repeated it over and over again.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. I like the purple that you have right now. I like when you let me do just whatever I wanted and we did the fire color scheme.
It was like a tricolor.
Oh, that was so pretty. That was so much fun. I loved it. I'm going to do more pink probably soon because I can't see myself any other hair color. I feel like I can see both sides of a situation. I can see all perspectives of something going on, but I'm not sure what it is, but I can't see myself with another color than just continuing pink. I can see myself 99 years old with pink hair.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Do what you want.
That's a fact. And people will hate you for it for no reason, no apparent reason. It might make sense in time. Probably they're just profiting off of you in some way, shape, or form. But there is no reason to hate anybody just for self-expression,
right?
For enjoying themselves. I think the funniest thing is that on our most viral videos, people hate on hair color. Like
judgmental.
What? You needed to take time out of your day to say that? I'm so sorry. That's where I can see both sides of the perspective, but I'm not changing my hair. I'm so sorry for them that they're having such a bad day. I've never had such a bad day as to want to attack someone else.
So I have a question. Would you consider yourself an empath?
I think that I am deeply empathetic when I want and choose to be and am like in touch with myself. Like what you were
just saying, that was highly empathetic. That's why I asked that question.
Yeah, so I can be really, really empathetic. Unfortunately, a lot of the time it's toxic.
Oh.
But not all toxic things are bad either, okay? Like that's what I'm saying when I say I can see so many sides of a situation, but I can't see myself changing. I'm not going to change my morals. I'm not going to change my character. Every time I've ever been put in a situation that has tested my morals or my character, something has stopped me from acting on the least likely or worst thought in my head. Because like you taught me, like I have learned in life, your thoughts are just thoughts.
Right. I say, don't believe everything you think. I also have that on a bumper sticker.
Yeah, well, your brain lies to you.
Yeah, it does.
It does. Your brain absolutely lies to you. And not only that, sometimes you have to shut out all of the outside influence and trust yourself. So I don't know that I am or am not. I think I've even said on the show before that I am an empath. I am empathetic. I have understanding. I am empathetic, but at a certain point, when the cost is too great, you have to lock in,
right?
And you have to focus on the goal, you know, like which
in the moment,
which is to be who you are,
right?
You know, you got to remember who you are in a situation. Yeah. First place.
Right.
That was some shit that the guy who taught me to drive told me to do.
Oh,
Because he always thought everyone was watching him. That little... well, I can't... Oh, I recorded anyway.
oh, we did record that.
That's great. Okay, you know what? I'll say it, but I'm gonna be enigmatic, but I think you understand what I'm saying. I sent that person an apology letter the other day.
Wow, amends.
I did. Not an apology letter necessarily, more like there is nothing further here. That I'm at peace.
Mm-hmm.
And I appreciate that you allowed us the opportunity to be at peace, and that you're doing okay where you are, and whatever. But it was one of those things that I thought on for so long, and I'm like, this is what they mean by let it go.
Right.
You don't let it go for
anybody else.
You don't let it go for them. You let it go for yourself. No people are bad. No people are evil. I can't stand on a pulpit and preach that if I don't believe that. No people are bad. No people are evil. I did not understand that.
I'll even go so far as to say there's no good or bad thoughts or feelings. Like, they're just things that pop up, and then we figure out how to respond. And our behavior can be beneficial or non-beneficial, and you could label that good or bad if you want. Like, it's bad to hurt other people, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's good to influence other people with whatever influence you may have that might benefit them, lift up their voices, enhance their flame, rather than, like, I think Brene Brown puts it as, don't surround yourself with flame blower outers.
No, I love Brene Brown so much. She is such a visionary, but that said, I mean, the ultimate end of that just kind of being that you have to give it some time.
Mm-hmm.
You have to let that energy return back to you.
It's a cliche that comes to mind. Time heals wounds. Not necessarily all wounds, but time can heal wounds.
I think that some wounds are so, I mean, we're back to the disagreement again, but like, eventually wounds, I mean, they can either heal or they can fester. I mean, they can go either direction, whatever. But I increase in capacity, and my wounds sometimes are the hole that I need for someone to pass through. And maybe it's still a festering hole. Maybe it's still something deeply bothering me. Maybe I haven't let it go yet, but I'm confronted with another experience that brings it back again, that brings the pain back to mind again, because I have to go through it, like I have to deal with it. What you repress, you must address.
Yes.
Every time. Yeah. How do they study babies?
Humanely.
I was like, I know how maybe they used to study babies and I wasn't a fan. I didn't like it. No, done. How do they do it now?
Nowadays, it's through observation, putting them in the most natural environment and observing them in that way.
With their parents.
Caregiver, yeah.
Not with, I read about it in my anthropology class, this study where they would have practice babies that the female students would come and take care of in shifts or seasons of their life. And it would be their practice baby, and they would take care of them. And then later the baby would age out of the college and be adopted off to some family, usually as like farm labor or probably human trafficking, that kind of thing, But that said, I was so sad when I read about it, because I was like, oh my gosh, it's just as soon as baby would get used to a team or two of practice moms, then the shift would change and they would have a new set at the college. And like, essentially the baby was the class pet.
Oh, wow.
In this scenario. And that's it. This is all real. It was real, documented. I mean, it was a program offered like home economics. Like, you could come learn to be a mother at the college. You are in the MRS program. You are there to get married, like, anyway, practice babies was a real thing. They did observe babies inhumanely with practice babies. Wow. And people for a long time didn't think that was anywhere near as cruel as other experiments like Tuskegee or any of that stuff. But I have never felt any other kind of way about it. And I'm glad, because I've actually seen some people talk about it like on social media and stuff, and maybe that's just because the algorithm like vibes you with people your personality type, you know, but like it's becoming more noticeable.
So, speaking of which, you said people get the algorithm of what they vibe with. If you're vibing with us, what color is your hair?
Oh, that's such a good question. What color is your hair? I bet you it's pink or purple or blue or brown or gray or brown or white. Or I just like being right. I like being right. I give all the answers. Your hair is all the colors. It's probably rainbow. That would be pretty cool.
They make that rainbow look now that you can do as oil slick or just regular dye. It looks really
I
cool.
have always liked that oil slick look, but then you did it on your hair, and I was like, no, I've always liked it for her.
I did do that.
I didn't do it because it didn't ever look like it would look right on me, but you did it on your hair, and I was like, pfft.
That was a long time ago. I had the peacock look. I want to say like 2017, 16.
I loved it. I still love it. Okay, so you were reading today. What were you reading about today?
Attached. It's an attachment book.
Okay. Tell me what it's about.
It basically talks about 3 types of attachment styles: secure attachments, avoidant attachments, and anxious attachments, and then combos of the 3, which can be a lot.
I have really looked into a lot of that attachment style stuff too. I had a hyperfixation on, I think her name was Angelica Shiel for a while. Explained a lot of attachment style stuff in her content. See if I can find it. But that said, the 3 attachment style. But what about disorganized attachment?
That one wasn't listed in there because this was based on a study done looking at babies.
Okay.
And so I don't think the babies could really communicate disorganized attachment style. That would be a little bit more complex. And so it's just based on like an anxious attached baby would, for example, if the mother is playing with the child and then the mother goes away, baby is obviously going to be in distress. That is absolutely normal. A securely attached baby, when the mother returns, will play and be happy and all is well again. Mom's back. Well, an anxious attached baby is going to be glad the mom is back and a little bit angry. Like, why'd you leave? Kind of attitude. And they can't verbalize that, obviously, but they can demonstrate that through their emotions non-verbally. And then an avoidant attached baby would ignore the mother when she returns, playing as if she's not even there, just going about playing.
Okay, so I am a mother and I have 3 kids, and I would say that, you know, maybe their attachment styles would vary, but one thing is for certain, my child that is autistic would do either one, depending on circumstances.
Right.
So, you know, I guess, is that an example of there's always outliers or just the failure for communication with babies?
They're not set in stone. So those attachment styles that I mentioned, they're not necessarily true and right in all that there can be. There can be disorganized attachment. There can be a combo of avoidant anxious. There can be a combo of secure and anxious. Like,
right. So we know that. We know that there can be all of the combinations thereof, but the baby doesn't know that.
Right. And they just know how to emote. And so that's how they studied the babies, was watching their emotions. When were they crying? When were they calm? When were they looking angry? Like, anybody's going to look angry when they furrow their brow and their jaw tightens.
Yeah, the acoustics don't know how to emote very well. And I say that because I'm in that vibe sometimes, man. You gotta feel your feelings and go through it, you know.
That is the fastest way out of any emotion.
Yeah, to feel it.
Yeah, to go through it.
Yeah, fastest way out is just to go straight through.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's all the time we have for Therapy Unlocked, so we'll catch you next time.
We'll catch you next time. We'll catch you this time. We'll catch you whenever we catch you, because frankly, we don't know when you're watching this, and time is wibbly wobbly, flibbly.
We're time traveling right now. You're in the future.
I'm in the past. I always knew I looked good. All right, guys. Love you. Bye.